My goal is in the next 5 minutes to inspire each and every one of you to act and advocate for autism because we truly need your help. Autism is a complex neurological disorder. That's pretty vague, isn't it? And that's part of the problem. They don't know what autism is, what causes it, or how to treat it. 1 in 50 children have autism, with a reported birth rate of 1 in 88. What's the discrepancy? Many children, after they are born, go through life the first few years and are typical, and then they regress. Here are some stats about our community and the birth rate, and you'll see on the next slide why that's relevant to the 1 in 50 and the 1 in 88. So 260 people will have autism in our community in the next 20 years. Now that may not sound like a lot of people, but consider the impact that it can have on our community from an economic standpoint. The cost of raising a child with autism is $1.4 million. Cost of a typical child, $235,000. I make a good living. I don't have an extra $1.2 million to raise my son. Social. Some of the many things that can impact a person that has autism or is on the autism spectrum. The worst of it is my son can't tell me when these things are happening to him, or if he tries to, but can't effectively convey it. Special education. My son is in a classroom with 2 other students. Each one of them has a regular teacher and a secondary teacher, not to mention all the other takeout classes that he goes to in order to try and have a free and appropriate public education. Divorce rate's 80%. I'll be the first one to tell you, I love my wife to death. Having a child with autism puts a strain on our relationship. And I meet 2 kinds of parents: strong married couples and one struggling. What do we know about autism? Not much. Everybody's got theories, they have thoughts. It was an immunization, you did this, you did that, but nobody can concisely point to what causes it and how to repair it. So what do we need? We need more research. I need people like you to advocate. I need to raise awareness. Hopefully all of you are going to walk out of here tonight going, wow, I didn't know that. And we need acceptance. I can tell you right now, I love my son. Autism sucks. There is nothing about it that I enjoy. I have people say, oh, my son's, let me tell you, my son's condition is a nightmare. Speaking of which, that's Mikey. That's the face of autism. Looks autistic, doesn't he? That's the problem, you can't tell. My son looks like your son or your nephew or your cousin. Autism myths. I've heard every single one of these said to me by either a friend, a family member, or a medical professional. Autism Truths. Believe it or not, it predominantly affects middle-aged, college-educated white parents. So, the number that you saw earlier about Carroll County, you can probably triple that because of the concentration of middle-aged, college-educated white people in our community. An organization that helps. The $12,000 that I raised went to Pathfinders for Autism. And I chose them because they're a Maryland-based nonprofit that directly works with families in our community. Through advocacy and resources and seminars, community support, autism-friendly events. I got to take my son to a baseball game because of Pathfinders. I get to take my son to Denny's because of Pathfinders. Autism is very real. It's becoming more prevalent. The autism community needs your support. And support can simply be, you have a family member that has a child on the spectrum, volunteer to babysit for them. That's the biggest thing that we miss, is going out and being a typical couple. Anybody wants to talk to me, you know someone that has a child on the spectrum and they're looking for support, please feel free to contact me or contact Pathfinders. Thank you very much.